How do you define success? Not in the dictionary sense, but how do you define success for yourself? What defines your success? Is it career success, financial success, personal success? And how do you define those different levels of success? And I keep on saying success because that's really what I've been focusing on lately and thinking about. What is my success? And I've been thinking about that in a couple terms. One, I've been thinking about that in YouTube terms because I've been trying to level up my YouTube skills, trying to learn more about the platform and how to reach people in metrics and marketing and consistency. And one place I felt unsuccessful is this series, The Best Year of My Career. Because I've maybe been inconsistent with it, or maybe it just hasn't landed right. Maybe I haven't found the angle. But then I really step back and think, well, how do I define success? What am I trying to do? And am I just focusing on one thing and missing the forest for the trees? And I think social media and metrics and likes can really do that to us. And I've been really trying to consider, what am I chasing? What version of success am I chasing? And I decided today I just want to shoot this off the cuff and be real. And I always try to be real in my videos, but one of the things that I've always tried to hold true to is being authentic. And you can be really authentic or you can be really good. Sometimes those aren't always in line with each other. I can make clickbaity titles and clickbaity videos, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. That's just not who I am and what I want to be. But I also know if I'm authentic and vulnerable and messy, it probably won't have as much traction. And I'm weighing, is that okay to have? Would I rather have less likes and views? And would I rather be just, this is who I'm going to be today? Or is me learning a new skill about YouTube, is that being not true to myself? And that's something I grapple with quite a bit. And I think a lot of musicians, or just a lot of people in general, grapple with that as well. And I'm not here to give you a list. I'm not here to give you actionable items. Today, I'm just talking real because I felt the pressure to update this, best year of my career series, and things are going good in my career. And I've also really thought about, how do I define career success? Does that mean I get this many YouTube followers? And YouTube is great because it's expanding my reach, uh, making me more visible. Kind of just, I guess, upping my game in the whole world. And I think perception really does matter in music. And I like sharing what I do, and I like communicating. But then also, am I chasing the wrong things? Because really, the thing that fills me the most is playing music and being good at it and sharing that with other people. And I think sometimes we conflate likes and follows with success. And maybe that is success for some people. And for me, sometimes it feels like what people, I think, in the addiction community call chasing the dragon, where I'm trying to do things to get that dopamine spike, that hit, and things where I can get likes and views and engagement and subscribers. And when that happens, you get this spike of dopamine. You're like, yes, I want to get that again. So you work and try to find a way to get that again. And what happens is you keep on doing more and more to get that spike, and that spike becomes less and less. And the intervals between that spike become shorter and shorter, and the highs become lower and lower until pretty much you're doing it compulsively and not getting any of the highs, but it's just running and ruining your life. Um, and I think sometimes social media can be that way, and we can be chasing the wrong things. And likewise, sometimes when something doesn't land right on social media, all those highs you felt from the affirmation, it's just as low when you're like, wow, this video just totally fell flat and I got rejected. So I've been thinking about that a lot lately. And how do I want to be? Would I rather be influential in an artistic sense and maybe have not as many followers online, but be respected for playing my music? Do I want to be some communicator? I don't know. And I'm not here to be clean and tidy today. I'm here to be messy and be honest because I think sometimes we lack that and we lack that realness. And sometimes I feel the pressure like I need to write out a script. I need to get a thumbnail in order. I need to get a catchy title. And those are all effective, but then sometimes the majority of my energy is spent doing that, and then the rest is just bullshit. And I know you need to get an audience, but I don't want to build an audience just so I can bullshit them. I like being real and authentic. But another reason why I'm really thinking about success is today's my birthday, and I think birthdays cause us a lot of reflection. And I reflect, am I more successful than I was last year? I would say, yeah, I'm really proud of all the progress I've made. Am I happier than I was last year? I would say unequivocally no. I am. Right now, I'm in a point in my life, it's reminiscent of where I was at 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I was in a bad accident, had some serious injuries, you know, surgery on my hand, on my shoulder, infections, painkiller withdrawals, had to sell my equipment to stay afloat. It effectively ended my musical career and just sent me off on this journey that it took me 10 years to get back to where I was. And I had all but given up on music, and I felt like I've gotten a second chance at life since I started playing music again. But that period, when I got in that accident, that was the worst period of my life. It just absolutely devastated me and brought me to my knees. And so much of my actions after that and trying to find solutions and just make sense of life, it was pretty messy and complicated. But this year makes that year seem like a walk in the park. And I'm not saying that to feel bad for myself. I'm saying that to assess the reality of the situation. And I also realized from that first time through my first trip through hell, I made a lot of the bad decisions and I started chasing other visions of success that seemed to make sense at the time. But now looking back, I learned a lot and said, that wasn't success for me. I was just really trying to address trauma. And so on my second trip through hell, which I'm currently in the midst of at a much deeper level, yeah, it sucks. But also, I'm learning to be real with myself and figuring out which dragons to chase and maybe not chase the ones that are just distracting and giving me all this dopamine. And as a result, I'm much more present. And sometimes when you're present, you're thawing out and you're in a lot more pain and discomfort, and you're making some pretty uncomfortable realizations. And what's a way to kind of distract you from that discomfort? You find dopamine, you chase a dragon, maybe you get likes. For me, I got addicted to like exercise, literally. Like I tried to become a professional athlete. So this time around, that's another story. And like I literally have 5 minutes before I have to go out to a gig. And I'm shooting from the cuff right now, and I'm all over the place. And I'm guessing my viewership right now has dropped off. And that's okay, because I wanted to be real today and put something out there. I wanted to put something messy out there. I wanted to give other people permission to be like, you don't have to be polished. Or, hey, you're not so alone, because we're all trying to figure this thing out. I think a lot of people present online like they have everything together, and it really is, they might be bullshitting themselves and trying to bullshit other people. Me right now, yeah, I'm not as happy as I was last year. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's part of growing and, not giving up. Saying, you know what, I'm going to let myself feel this sadness and this grief and this trauma. I've certain things in life you are just in very little control of. And sometimes accepting that it's empowering. You're like, I have little power over everything, so what can I control? And so in that regards, I think I am experiencing a certain personal success, and it sucks. The pain, the discomfort, the growth, it's uncomfortable. And I'm going through hell to get there. And I simply just wanted to share that. I'm going out to play a gig right now. And a lot of times when I'm going out there, it's just like my insides, my heart, just I'm in a lot of like grieving different things in life, and certain things that are beyond my control. And instead of trying to fake the funk or fake it till you make it, I'm like, no, life is hard right now, but I can handle it. And I need to really lean into those things and allow myself to feel that discomfort and sadness. Because if I pay those bills now, going down the line, there won't be that accrued interest to pay off. And I think this is decidedly personal in a very vague way. But what I'm saying is that we're all out here saying, what am I doing? I have no idea what the fuck's going on. And I want to normalize that. I don't have all the answers, and that's a beautiful thing about life. Sometimes there aren't the answers, and sometimes you got to be like, I'm going to do what I do. And being authentic and holding true to what I do and trying my best and doing YouTube. And yeah, maybe I might get some likes and some subscribers and followers. And that's okay because I'm trying to advance my career as well. But I think it's okay to be messy. Maybe other experts will say, no, dude, you're off brand. And they would probably be right. But I don't want to be a brand. I want to be a person, and I want to kind of live as I am and play music as I am. And yeah, this is just who I am. So this is probably all wandering and meandering, and I'm going to post it up anyways because I want to give other people permission to be extra, be messy, whatever. Am I going to be self-conscious about posting this? 100% yes. But I like taking chances. I like, let's give this one a shot. That's what life is. So maybe I'll post this before my gig. I'm playing 6 to 10 tonight. That's in about 20 minutes with Krista Dudley. John Bollinger is going to be on guitar. And yeah, thanks for coming to my messy messy video. I don't know. But this is part of the best year of my career where I'm focusing on money, music, mindfulness, marketing, and clearly I'm really focusing on the mindfulness thing, which I want to encourage other people to do. I should have some sign off, but man, I got to go play a gig. Y'all have a good night.